Hey everyone, today we have the first ever Glinda Elphaba Wicked Doll 2-pack. I'm surprised that we did not get a 2-pack for the first movie, but we do have this one for the second movie, for part 2, for good, and I'm glad that we finally got one. So let's open this. I'm glad with the turnaround time that they shipped really fast. It's here. It was expensive. These were $160. Yeah, but hopefully today we can find out if it was worth it. Of course, we can see it comes in this big shipper box, and it's much bigger than I expected, I will say that. But I do think it's so funny and so random that the only doll 2-pack we got for the first movie was Elphaba and Madame Morrible. Like, I'm not complaining. That set was really cute. I do have it. I'm glad that I own it. It's a cool set, but I feel like it was just so obvious that we needed an Elphaba and Glinda 2-pack. But we didn't get one. Of course, there is like a Playline 2-pack that looks like it's going to be coming out at some point, hopefully soon. But, it's a Playline one, so there's not as much budget as what's supposed to be in here and what was in the Madame Morrible and Elphaba Glinda 2-pack. But, here we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's upside down and backwards. But there they are. Okay, let me get a look at them. Wow. Oh wow. This is actually really cool. This is huge. This is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. The packaging is actually really cool. Obviously, I think we all saw in the stock photos that, yes, there's this window in the back that is adorable. Hi, you can sort of see me, but oh my gosh. The outfits actually do look exciting in person. So does the hair. But okay, we'll take them out. But this packaging on the front, we've just got Wicked down here in gold. And then in the corners on the bottom, there's some swirly designs that we see there. And on the blue part, on the base, the cardboard part of the box, there's these like very Art Deco. They look like skyscrapers, but sideways. Yeah, we've got those there. And then that kind of continues onto this side. There's just more details and designs going all along this like blue cardboard. I don't know what to call it. This like blue slider thing that I think, it looks like it opens up here at the top, and it's that. Let's see, can we take this off? Or yes, okay. Yes, this comes off. Oh, interesting. And there's like even artwork on the inside of this. That's very interesting. We've got the artwork on the inside of this little panel. That's some nice attention to detail, but it does close together like that. So that way, when they're inside the box and it's like clear plastic, you can see this artwork that's supposed to just be, I think, maybe a continuation of whatever room that they're standing inside of. But up here, I think we have our certificate of authenticity. Great. Okay, so there's that. I'll open this in a minute. But on the back of the box, we see this artwork, the little window, and down at the bottom, we see this. It says, Wicked Forever Changed Musical Keepsake. And you could feel free to pause and read the little bit at the bottom. It's just kind of hard for me to read it right now, but yes, that is there. And the very, very bottom just looks like this. But let's see, I'm assuming that this piece at the bottom can come off, and then I wonder if, how does this work? Okay, maybe this lid, yeah, okay. I could open it from the top, I guess. Even still, oh, okay, never mind, it does slide off. I was just struggling with it. Okay, so here we can kind of see a better look at them inside the box without the glare, and I think they do both look really cute. Of course, we've got these plastic packaging components here that's keeping them in place. And they are holding hands. They're on top of the gold stand situation. But let's remove them from their plastic things right here. I think we can do that by cutting off the tape over here. And there's also some tape down at the bottom. But on this, there's some little, fire situations, these little fire lights. Same with back there. You sort of see that is also what's kind of behind them in this room that they are in. Oh, so now it's like this thing opens up and comes out. I'm gonna do the same to the other side over here now with Glinda. And so far with the tape, luckily none of the artwork is getting peeled off along with the tape when you remove the tape, so that's good. Now, there's also a bit back down here that needs to come off. Underneath there's these big plastic panels that you need to fold so that way these can slide out. And then of course the Elphaba's cape is like tied into the box. Oh my gosh, okay, Elphaba is almost free. Let's try to get Glinda out. Okay, great. Glinda can just come right out. She's not tied to anything. And then once you get them out, you are left with this, essentially. So this is where they are. This is where they're standing in this room. Some like stone bricks and everything. And then we see the stand right there. We will take out the stand. And the stand has a plastic thing over it where their feet could stay put in there. That could come in handy. Like you could keep that. I might put it back on. These things down here, they're like keys that you just need to turn and then you can pull them out. You don't have to cut them or anything crazy. But again, these could be like nice anchors if you do want to keep it on this backdrop. If you want to unbox it but then put it back on this backdrop, you can use these to keep it in place. Here we go. So this bit is free. Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna put this away if finally you can see everything. You know, that's how it looks. Okay, so before we get these dolls out, here's our stand. This stand, it's just completely gold, you know, like a gold plastic. The only painted details are right here on the front. I think the gold is nice, but it would be cool if there were more painted details. Also, like, why not in the back too? Like, you could have this as like a centerpiece somewhere where you could see it from a 360 view. So it would have been nice if this was, you know, also painted on in the back. Even some of the other details. We've got Elphaba's hat, we've got the silver slippers, the scarecrow, there is a tornado, the Grimory, Book of Spells, broom, and then Wicked logo again. And then over here, we have Dr. Dilliman, we have a flying monkey, the lion, Tin Man, and Oz. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be, you know, Oz's big scary mask, and Glinda's crown, and then Wicked, and then we're back to the front. In the front and the middle, we see this sort of like compass. It has Oz in the very middle, some little circles, squigglies. So when it comes to the sculpting, it is very, very detailed. I do wish that I think it would have been cool if these were painted, but then again, you know, someone might like the all gold look. So again, this is always just my preference, my ideas. Otherwise, we've got our knob right here that we can twist and turn to hear it play, but we will save that for the grand finale at the end. Let's finally get the dolls off of their packaging. So of course, inside of these, there's some tape, some thread holding the hair together, and some T-ties holding their heads into place, and a band holding their waist in and their arms. Okay, Elphaba's hat has come free. We will compare it to the other hats, but you know, I think it's the same hat as what we've always gotten, except there is actually a pearlescent finish to this. I'll compare it to the other ones, but that I am noticing right away. But she is so pretty. Just a quick little sneak peek at her face. Wow, okay, here we go. Elphaba is finally free, and she is so gorgeous. I think she's probably my favorite Elphaba doll that we've seen thus far. Right off the bat, yes, obviously, it's the exact same face sculpt, but the screening is very detailed. She's got really nice eye makeup. It is gold into green, and her eyes are really like a nice, beautiful shade of green as well. She's got the very dark green lip. We will compare her face to the previous faces, but this one is definitely the most glamorous. She also has more freckles too. And yes, her face and her body has a gold pearlescent finish to it. And, you know, based on the stock photos that I first saw of these dolls, I think everyone felt this way. The pearlescent sheen looked too much. Like, they looked wet and greasy and sweaty, but in person, I think they look great. It is a pearlescent finish, but it's matte at the same time. It's not greasy or glossy. I'm very happy about that. I was nervous about that. Her hair is probably the same length as all the Elphaba dolls before. Maybe it's a little little longer. Of course, it's the same exact material, same hair that we've been getting, except we've just got 2 sections from the front pulled back into a little knot up there. And then in the front, this is new, we've got 2 short sections from the front that are not braided, but they are just curled and then tied right above the ear. So it kind of gives the illusion of baby hairs, but it's really just one long, not long, but just one short strand of hair going right before her ears. And I think it's pretty. I think it looks good. Obviously, yeah, otherwise she's got the black and brown micro braids that we've always seen. And now her outfit. So we've got the black coat with no sleeves, the black sleeveless coat right here. It is T-tied onto the dress. We'll undo that in just a moment. But this coat is, I don't know what kind of material this is. I don't think it's vinyl, but obviously it does have that top layer. Maybe that is vinyl or something, but it is very glossy, a nice shiny finish. I think it's meant to mimic leather, but you can see there's lots of like stitching details and texture on this fabric, and the textures and details do carry on into the back. It's kind of rounded at the bottom, and in the front we've got these 2 faux buttons, but they are real studs, and there is just one snap there that's holding the coat shut. Yeah, it is this very short sleeved. We've got like 2 layers sort of. There's this gold shoulder situation that goes all the way to the back actually, and I wonder if that's attached to the cape. We'll deconstruct this and find out, but we've got that bit right there, and then of course the coat itself has these this black collar that also goes around to the back too. Okay, actually, so the cape is connected to this bit right here, and it attaches to the coat with Velcro. The little, what are these, lapels or something on the collar are T-tied down, so I kind of don't want to remove these because I like the way they lay, but since we're gonna do this, and we will see the full deconstruction of this. There we go. Okay, yeah, so it's actually a three-part situation. So this is the cape then. It is attached to this shiny gold collar right here, and then it's very sheer. It's very lightweight, really thin. I would have liked it to be more of a solid black, but then again, at the same time, the sheerness is cute. It is cute, and then we've obviously got the gold detailing all throughout this, and it does look really pretty. Obviously, we've got the lines, the stripes, and the swirls down at the bottom, but here's the coat then just by itself. So again, the coat does have these sleeves. So yeah, you can see the sleeves are just a torn, tattered look, and then the bottom is really nice and neat. And everything is stitched and hemmed on this, of course, except the sleeves where it's the tattered and torn look. That is probably just secured a different way, not stitched or hemmed, and same with the collar. The collar is also just cut and then probably singed or something like that. The cape everything on the cape is stitched. So like all along here, that is stitched. I think this is the first time on any of Elphaba's capes that we've got like hemming and all of that. And then this bit is also hemmed all along too. But yeah, this Velcros onto the jacket right here. There's Velcro that attaches these pieces together. Now, once you take all of that off, then she's left with a pretty plain look, very similar to her very first singing doll, the Defying Gravity singing doll, where she's literally, I think, wearing exactly this. I actually don't have that doll, but I think this is a similar material to that, or it's at least similar to her other deluxe dolls, but this one is black. On the previous deluxe dolls, we would get her in purple, and then the latest one in green, but now this one is black, and at the end, it is tattered and torn, of course, therefore, it's not hemmed or anything at the end, which, I don't think it would make sense to hem that. And then same with at the neck and at the sleeves. It's got that tattered and torn look. And then in the back, it just Velcros. And then we've got these shoes, and these shoes seem like they're very, very, very dark green. Or it's sort of like the hat, where the hat is, I think, black, but then has like a green pearlescent finish to it. And I think the shoes have that too. I'll compare these shoes to the other molds. I don't know if these are an original shoe, but it's got the nice texture, molding, and detail up along the top of the shoe. It's angled in one corner, hair. It's totally slit in the back so you can easily remove them. And then it's very glossy down by the foot and down by the toe. And obviously at the bottom, it is painted gold. So I do love that we've got some painted details on these shoes. And then obviously the body is the exact same as all of the other Wicked dolls, except for it having the pearlescent sheen to it. And I didn't mention it, but the jacket does have kind of a shoulder puff, like a puffed shoulder. I don't know what that is called, but it is a little bit elevated. We can Velcro the cape back down into place. We can lay the collar of the jacket down on top. Oh, good. Okay, so the collar does lay really nice even without the T-tie packaging. Because of the knot in the back of her hair, I think the hat does not really want to stay on for me. I mean, if you're just very careful, you can get it on. That's kind of the vibe. I think that's the idea here. Let's put her on one of these. Obviously, these are saddle stands or like thigh gripper stands. And she stays on it pretty well without the extra packaging that was there. I do wish that the stands could turn outward instead of just being stuck facing in at each other. We will set her off to the side and let's move on to Glinda. Now, the hardest thing about getting these out is trying to get into those T-ties where their head is. I'm having such a hard time. Okay, Glinda is free, and one thing that I noticed right away is I think her eyebrows are finally lower. On every single Glinda doll, the eyebrows were like me and my thumbnails, where I'm always like, but here, her eyebrows are finally kind of like at a natural resting place. And I think it looks good. Her eye makeup is gold this time. So on the previous dolls, she would get a lot of pink eyeshadow or purple eyeshadow. But here it is just very, very much gold, yellow gold. And then she's got pretty brown eyes. She's got some pink blush and a pink lip. They do not have their ears pierced, by the way. I kind of feel like they should. They should have their ears pierced. Like, well, at least Glinda. You know, Glinda had her ears pierced for this girl, who again, we will compare, but she deserved to have gotten her ears pierced. Just like something small and humble, like a gold pearl. Again, I think her hair is the same as the previous dolls. She's got nice saran. It's this golden blonde. It's got a curl at the bottom, and we do have some box hair happening. The front looks nice and well sculpted with some hair product and a thread to keep the hair in place. The bang comes down in this cute swoop. I think that is cute. I don't know if Glinda does wear her hair like this in the movie. Same with Elphaba for that matter. But I mean, you know, we didn't talk about it yet, but obviously I don't think we're gonna see these looks in the movie, these exact looks. I think that Mattel took creative liberties and created original looks inspired by what they wear in this movie. I don't think that these looks are 100% accurate to what they will wear in the movie. I could be wrong, but that's what I think we're all thinking. Otherwise, yeah, that's her hair. She's got the gold crown. It's almost like a brassy gold, like a bronzy gold, very orange gold, like the Christie Golden Dream doll that just came out. But regardless, I think it's the same mold, except it's just solid gold. It's got a pearlescent finish to it. It's got the little comb in it, so that way it should be able to stay in place, even if you remove those plastic T-ties that are holding it in place. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'll just keep them there. Oh, her hair looks kind of pretty when it's coming down to the front like that. That's her hair and her crown. She's got the same old middle part also. And then she's got some hair pulled from the front together in the back, just like most all of her other dolls have this same hairstyle. This time we just have the bang moment happening. Now her outfit is this big lavender dress. It's actually at least two pieces, the bodice and the skirt. But the first thing I noticed are these sleeves, these flowy, it's not even a sleeve, it's just like a capelet to her sleeves, almost like it's on each sleeve. So it's not connected in the back. Yeah, just something to make her feel more regal, I think, to make her feel more like a princess, like a queen, like a good witch. That's what we've got going on with her. She's got this chain that goes across in the front. There's like this little pearl in the middle. It drapes down her sleeves and then drapes in the back. And I think you can obviously take this off. Yeah, it can snap off. It is threaded into the top though, so let me just snip these threads away. And it is also threaded in the front. You could though, if you don't want to undo the threading in the front, you can leave that. You can just undo it in the back. If you ever want to take off the top, that's possible. But this thing can come off. Yes, that thing can come off. Here's how it looks without the gold. I think the gold is a nice touch. You know, it adds some detail to her, but here's how it looks without that. And then this is it by itself. So yes, we can put this back on. It should hopefully just lay and sit really nicely without the thread keeping it attached. That was my only fear. We've got the sleeves. They've got the gold dots on them, the shimmery metallic gold dots on them. The bodice has the metallic gold swirls on them. It is cut down at the bottom like this. It is hemmed. Yeah, actually I might just re-sew this thing back into place because it does kind of wobble around and it's kind of annoying. The bodice has the swirls. It does have this cut in the bottom, in the middle. I don't know how to describe this shape, but that's what we've got going on. The sleeves are T-tied to that, so let me snip those free. Well, they're not T-tied, but they're sewn. I think I will keep them sewn down. I think we could still remove the top if we wanted to. Yeah, the top is not attached to the skirt, but just so you can sort of see, the skirt is a really nice piece, even just like on its own. It's very big, very flowy. It does Velcro in the back. I will say, I wish that the bodice down here was maybe a little more form-fitting and just a little bit smoother looking, but it's just kind of bulky. So I do wish that it was just kind of fitted a little differently, a little more tight, but then again, when it's too tight, then you start to see the skirt underneath kind of bulking out. So it's tricky. Obviously on doll form, it's tricky to make things look perfect. It just has these folds right here, and I wish they were kind of smoothed out, but maybe I could fix that with an iron. Back to the top, it does have these sheer kind of mesh sleeves as well. They're purple. And then, yes, these are sewn in on top and they're nice and folded. And then the skirt does have the matching swirls, the silver metallic swirls all over the skirt. And I would say that this sheer layer of like tulle or whatever it is purple. And then underneath the other layer, it is blue. So when they overlap, and especially when it's gathered up here, it almost creates this ombre effect where to me it looks more purple at the top and then it gets more blue when the tulle is less gathered and more spread out. So I think that's a cool effect going on there. It does come packaged with the tulle tied to the satin part of the skirt, so you could cut that off if you want. Again, I think I might just leave it. It's tied on with the thread, not like a plastic packaging T-tie thing, so I'm fine with it staying like that. I think overall the skirt has a nice big shape to it. It keeps a hold. This satin fabric is kind of stiff, but it's not like papery type of thin material. It's a nice material. I think it's the same material as what her skirt is made out of there. And then we've got these shoes right here. This shoe mold we have seen before. I'm pretty sure. I will double check, but the top part is this very light kind of periwinkle pinkish purple pearlescent color, and then just like Elphaba, the bottom of the shoes are gold, and there is some molded details all throughout the shoes too. So now let's compare these dolls to some of the previous dolls, including their faces, their accessories, their shoes, and then we will finally let them sing to one another on here. So we'll just compare them to the two most recent Glinda and Elphaba dolls that came out for the Wicked Part 2 movie. These are both of the more playline level deluxe dolls. These ones were $40 each. This set right here was $160 again, so that's $80 per doll, maybe like $70 per doll if you want to consider this maybe like a $20 accessory, $75 per doll if you want this to be like a $10 accessory. Again, we'll start with Elphaba and the hats. So can you tell which hat is which? Yes, this is the new one with that pearlescent sheen to it. This is the more, I guess, basic one that we got before, but otherwise you can tell they're the exact same mold. But yeah, this one has that greenish gold pearlescent finish to it. Here are their boots. So obviously again, we've got the one with the pearlescent sheen and the gold bottom is painted, whereas here this one is just black, but they are the exact same sculpt, same exact mold. Obviously their outfits are a bit different. The capes are very different. The jackets are different materials. Obviously this girl has the long sleeves, this one does not. She's just a one-piece outfit. This one is a three-piece situation. And then their faces. Let me pull her hair back a little bit. So with the faces, just about everything except the sculpt is different. The eyebrows are darker, a little bit more drawn out on the new deluxe one. Eye makeup is so much more intense and extreme on the new one. The old one just had some green eye makeup, but here we've got the green, the gold, and kind of a smoky eye, and there's even some makeup under the eye too, whereas the other one, the makeup under the eyes, not so much there. Even the eyes themselves, the color of the green is a little bit different. The freckles are different, much more prominent on the new expensive one. Obviously the lip is way more bold, much darker on the new one, and the new one has the gold sheen to her. So that is our Elphaba comparison. Oh, and the hair is, again, yeah, the hair is the same. Maybe this one has fuller hair. This one came with a lot of snags in her braids. Some of the braids were snagged. This one is very neat, very perfect, I would say. Okay, now Glinda's faces, I feel like it's not as dramatically different, but at the same time, there are some key differences. Again, like the eyebrows. Over here, her eyebrows are on a whole nother level, whereas here, they're in a much more comfortable resting place. I do still think that, like, this one is cute. Like, she looks very optimistic and enthusiastic, but this one is a lot more relaxed, I would say. Of course, her eye makeup is a bit more intense. The eyeliner and the mascara does feel bolder compared to here, I think, but obviously she's got like the pink eyeshadow, she's got the gold eyeshadow. I think maybe this one has more blush than this one. Obviously here she's got more of a darker pink lip. This one is a very light frosted lip, almost blends in with her rest of her skin. Like here the lip is much more bold and pops out more. And then of course we've got the pearlescent skin. So the pearlescent, even that alone just does make the face feel a bit more dynamic and a little bit less flat. Their shoes are different. She's got the ones that are a bit more square at the tongue or at the, oops, lost one, but hers are a little different. So I think her shoes are the mold from the very first $40 deluxe Glinda doll. Otherwise, the hair is, you know, the same hair color. This one's hair was not great out of the box. This one's hair is a little better. It's still kind of messy, but I'm not too bothered by it. I do like that her lower lashes are more prominent, whereas hers are a bit more faint when you're comparing the two. That being said, I still think I like this outfit better. Obviously, this one has more budget and detail into it, it being two pieces and the flowy added details to the sleeve, but I like this overall costume. Elphaba, on the other hand, I'm very happy to say that this outfit is by far my favorite between these two. I like the material used here. I would have, again, like, I would have liked it to have been just like an upscaled version of this, something that is movie accurate and has the full sleeves. I would have liked a full sleeve here. Otherwise, this is great. And again, you know, it's supposed to be a reimagined collector version of these dolls and of these outfits, and they're supposed to be original and something that is unique. I just love their outfits in the movies, both in the first movie and in the second movie. And so it would have been cool if we did get like complete movie accurate looks on this high level, high budget scale. That would have been cool, but these are fun. It's fun that it's something different, but it's finally time to do this thing and see how this contraption works. Let me put these girls away so we have more space. Okay, so I do want to put our beautiful backdrop back in place. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to move. Now, the only thing I'm worried about with them spinning and rotating is Elphaba's cape. So, I mean, I can't imagine that it would be very difficult to do this, and that you just need to spin the thing. Oh, wow. Okay, so it looks like there's actually packaging, like unpackaging instructions that I wish I would have looked at. Here's the certificate of authenticity. It's pretty, it's black, it's on this card, and we've got the gold finish to it. Cute. And then the instructions, I thought it was just going to be for like using the thing. I don't know, it would be unpackaging instructions, but oh yeah, I should have looked at that. That's why this was packaged on the outside, so that way you would open this first. But yeah, so we've got the instructions there, and then again on the back right here. So let's just spin the thing. Okay, I think that's as wound up. I have been changed for good. That's so cute! But yeah, they can spin on this, and here, no issues with Elphaba's cape. Let me get their hands to hold. Oh my god! That is so cute! I need to wait for them to come back around so you can see their hands. It's really cute. But so it just keeps repeating that same part of the song. It doesn't play the whole song. Who can say if I've been changed for the better, because I knew you. I have been changed for... Look at their hands! So cute. I wish that the window had the frame in it, you know what I mean? Like, I wish that this plastic was attached to here instead of on here. Regardless, my overall thoughts, this is a very cute set. Yes, it is expensive. And again, I would have loved to have seen the outfits from the movie. Sorry, I'm trying to spin this a little bit more so that way they can be facing. It does have like a buzz to it when it's spinning. The pops of gold is nice. Yes, I would have liked the green to have continued onto the back of this piece. But overall, I like the base dolls are gorgeous. Their faces are stunning. There we go. Yeah, their faces are stunning. I would love more of this kind of screening, the glamorous looks on some of the other dolls with like the heavy eye makeup and the lower lashes. Really looks great. And the pearlescent finish to their skin looks nice. It's not bad in person. But overall, I'm glad that I bought this. I'm happy with it, and I'm always open to more Wicked dolls. So I'm excited to see if we do get anything more, and I would love to see more stuff that has this level of quality and attention to detail, of course at a decent price, but we'll see. Again, let me know all your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Bye.